All right, guys. In the main event of the night, the second title fight here, we have Charles Oliveira taking on Justin Gaethje. Oliveira defending his belt here. He is the minus 165 favorite. Justin Gaethje, the plus 140 underdog. This is just a phenomenal matchup. One of the best main events of the year for sure, probably of all of 2022, if we're being honest. And where do we start? So Charles Oliveira, we've seen his rise. He's been counted out many a times, kind of flew under the radar for a while, got the big win over Tony Ferguson, where he just outgrappled him for 3 rounds, completely destroyed him. Then he gets paired up with Michael Chandler after that. And you guys know the story there. Chandler nearly finishing the fight a couple times there, but it was Oliveira who bounced back, stayed true to his game plan, just kept coming forward, eventually gets the finish himself, wins the 155 belt, defends against Dustin Poirier, and another back and forth fight where Oliveira was getting caught early on, overcomes some big obstacles there, gets the finish by submission, which was insane. And that's just what makes him so dangerous. Charles Oliveira just has so many different weapons to use. I think his striking is very underrated. He has a wide arsenal of attacks that he uses, kind of similar to a Marlon Chito Vera, where you're going to see the front kicks, the elbows, the use of the knees. Everything has power behind it with the intent to end the fight. And then, of course, I think he is the UFC's leader in submission victories. So Oliveira can get it done standing. He can get it done on the ground. He is one of the most dangerous fighters on the UFC roster. So a lot of great things to obviously love about him. Justin Gaethje, on the other hand, another true finisher, more of a stand-up boxer type. Throughout the last few years, we've seen a much more patient approach from Justin Gaethje. He's calculated, good timing that allows him to set up good, clean shots where he doesn't need to force the power because he's hitting you so cleanly that the power is going to be there. He now has the 5-round experience. His cardio seems to hold up. He throws a high level of output. This guy, if you leave him around, he's going to be a problem over 5 rounds. So there is obviously a ton of good things to love about Justin Gaethje here. And I think, one of the things we're going to look at here is that Charles Oliveira, in a lot of his fights, gets into danger. He gets hurt. He gets hit. And who hits harder than Justin Gaethje? Probably no one. So there is definitely underdog potential here at plus 140 for Justin Gaethje to win this fight. But one thing that really stood out to me was right now the over in rounds is set at 1.5. I love this line, over 1.5 at minus 165. The price is a little bit high, but I think this is a great bet to get on the main event here. I think we're going to get a feel out round in round 1. And as I'm saying, Justin Gaethje being the more patient guy recently, I think he's not going to rush into anything. I think he's going to definitely drag this at least into round 3 or 4 before we see a finish. So I love that play over 1.5 rounds. If I'm making my official prediction here, I am going to go with the champ. I was very close to picking Justin Gaethje as the underdog, but I am going to go with Oliveira, the champ. I just cannot count him out again. I've done it before. I've learned my lesson. This guy just has more ways to win the fight. It's as simple as that for me. It's a close pick for sure, but I do like Oliveira. I don't even hate the minus 165 price point. If you want to play that as a money line, if you're on Oliveira, that's a great bet. I would also be looking later in the week when the props come out, a double chance bet on Charles Oliveira to win by TKO or submission. And then even for Justin Gaethje, I think you can get him to win by TKO or decision on a double chance bet. I think those are 2 great main event plays here. And it's going to be an amazing card on the main card here with the last 3 fights for sure. And especially this main event. I'm very much looking forward to it.